Welcome back to Simply Fajika, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. Thank you for tuning in today's video. If you're new to this channel, welcome. The reason why I started my home care channel is because as I was going through the licensing process, I really didn't see a whole bunch of content out there, especially for California, which is the state where I reside. And so I remember thinking that whole time, once I successfully get my license, I am going to create a channel so that I can be of assistance to those of you who are on your home care journey. So as you guys know, last year I did a video on how to start a non-medical home care agency. To date, guys, that is my most successful video. So I thought it would be nice to do a throwback version of that video. So here it is almost 2 years later. What does my advice look like for someone wanting to start their home care agency? So you'd be shocked to know that most of my opinion back then still holds true today. However, I've added a couple of pearls of wisdom that I think you could benefit from. So if that sounds like something you want to listen to, go ahead and stay tuned. Also, guys, before we get started, please don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And also make sure you hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Alright guys, let's get started. So the first tip that I have for you is conduct your research. And guys, I noticed that when a lot of you call me or as you're sending me emails, you have a lot of questions. And I'm excited to answer those questions. However, I want to make sure you're not only relying on what my opinions are, that you're actually equipped to do the research that you need, because really, this is going to be your decision, and this is a big decision to make. So you want to make sure you understand not only what the licensing requirements are, but what is your home care agency going to look like when you start operating it. A website that I often refer to on any aspect of home care licensing is the cdss.california.gov, and I'll make sure that is linked below at the bottom so that you guys have it for reference. I love this website. There's so much information in this website. And so you will get all of your licensing requirements. Guys, I found a wonderful reference sheet that I'm going to attach to the description below. And it's literally what are some of the things that you can do as a non-medical home care agency and what are some of the things that you should not do. So for example, some of the things that you can do include bathing, exercising, making telephone calls, meal planning and prep, dressing, companionship, transportation, shopping. Things of that nature are considered non-medical, and those are the services that you will be offering as a part of your non-medical home care agency. So remember guys, I'm going to also let you know some of the things that you cannot do as a non-medical home care agency, but this is not a conclusive list. You want to make sure that you reference the fact sheet that I've included in the description list, but you also want to make sure that you do your own research. But some of those items include diabetic insulin shots, catheter care, bed sore treatment, medication assistance, vital signs, IV insertions, and colostomy bag care. So again guys, not a conclusive list, but again it gives you kind of that difference between non-medical and medical. Remember, if you're running a medical home care, that's more skilled nursing. So those are your physical therapists, those are your nutritionists, your dietitianists. That's not what we're doing here. This is non-medical. So really you're assisting the customers with the activities of daily living. A lot of you also ask me, what is companion care? And so I pulled up a quick definition for us to reference quickly. Companion care is a form of home care offering non-medical services to older adults or people with disabilities. The goal of companion care is primarily emotional support and to help provide socialization. As a non-medical home care agency, companion care can be included as one of the services that you offer. By you conducting all of the research you can up front, you really can decide what it is that you want to specialize in and then create a plan so that you can start pursuing your home care agency. So I've kind of already mentioned the second tip that I have, which is everyone needs to create a business plan. A business plan is a written document describing a company's core business activities, objectives, and how it plans to achieve its goals. Good business plans should include an executive summary, products and services, marketing strategy and analysis, financial planning, and a budget. So although you can start your business without a business plan, I don't suggest that you do that. What I'm seeing from speaking to a lot of you is you guys have got your license, or you're in the middle of obtaining your license, but you have questions about marketing, you have questions about financial goals, you have questions about setting those goals. So, to give you an example or to compare, I created my business plan before I even applied for licensure, because it was through that research it helped me determine, is this a business I really want to go into? So that the questions of how I'm going to market, the questions of where am I going to get the funds to start this up, the questions of how am I going to pay staff salaries for a certain amount of time. All of those things were already answered by that business plan that I spent time preparing. So really and truly, that business plan is going to be your manual, your guiding principle to help stand up your business and help you also operate your business once you stand it up. The third tip I have for you is a 2-for-1. As soon as you get licensed, you want to spread the word and you want to start hiring. And I suggest you do both at the same time. Let's start with the hiring. Hiring, you want to start getting those professionals, people that are going to represent your company just as well, if not better, as you. Because remember, whoever you're hiring, they're going to be the face of your business. So in the state of California, our home health aides, our home care aides need to be registered with the state. So you want to make sure that that's something you advertise for. Now, depending on how much time you want to put into this exercise, you certainly can hire someone who's not registered and walk them through that process. However, it was easier for me once I got started, once I started just attracting that talent that already came with that state registration. So for instance, I used care.com to recruit a lot of my home care associates. They actually have a filter where they're only presenting you candidates who have that California registration. So that made it a lot easier for me. That was one less thing that I had to worry about and track. They would just give you evidence of that, and then as you have them attached to your home care agency, you would have that documentation, that supporting documentation to get them attached to your agency. The one thing I will say about hiring is you've got to make sure, and I said this last year and I'll say it again today, it's got to be fluid, it's got to be constant. Remember, there are a lot of home care agencies out there. So these candidates know that they have plenty of choices, for agencies that they can work for. So you really want to make sure that you stand apart from the others. What's in it for them? Do you have any, employee recognition programs? Do you have any tuition reimbursement? Is there room for opportunity? That's what people are looking for today. People are really wanting to grow. They want to advance themselves. So any of these programs that you create, you really want to sell that to the person that you're hiring so that it is a trustworthy relationship that goes both ways. The second piece of this is really starting to spread the word and build excitement around your agency. So now this one I feel is easier than the hiring part because most of us do have some type of presence on social media, and so you really want to lean on your social media to get your presence out there. So, making postings, any postings that you make, since you're a home care agency, you want to make postings on home care, to show that you are that industry leader, to show that how knowledgeable your agency is. Make sure your postings speak to that. You want to partner with community organizations such as a church to see if that you can partner up on an event. Maybe your home care agency can sponsor an event, and at that event you have flyers, you have cards ready to pass out, really to get your name out into the community in a nice positive way. It build relationships with rehabilitation centers, things of that nature, so that as these people are released back to their homes and are requiring that care, they can refer your agency. So you really want to make sure you're out there beating the streets. I remember creating flyers when we first got going and passing those flyers out. Also, don't underestimate the power of Google and also Yelp. You want to register your businesses with both. I am no longer in operations, and to this day I get phone calls based on the ad that I had on Google. So don't underestimate the power of those. One or two can really make the difference. So, but you want to make sure, however you can spread the word, however you can build that excitement, however you can get your name out there, you want to take that opportunity. So the fourth tip I have for you is to launch. You want to make sure that there's some buzz around your launch. You want to make sure that there's something to really signify that you are ready for business. And so whether that's an event, whether that's you coming up with a referral program, or, whether, the sky's the limit. You can come up with a lot of different events, something to signify that you're open, that you're ready for business. I know for us, we had a small, just kind of little meet and greet. We invited several people that was a part of the community, just to kind of let them know, just to come hear about us, let us know, who we were and what we stood for. So that's where you can also hand out, if you have any folders with informational sheets about your business, you can hand that out. You can decide whether you want to have a cost structure sheet put into that, just so that you can have something similar to what you would give a potential client, you can give to people who show up to your event. So, and also, guys, I was going to say, another tip, any collateral that you have, any cards, any flyers, the folder that I was speaking of, have that stuff in your car. Have it with it. Carry it with you. You never know who you're going to meet. And as you have conversation and people are showing interest, you want to be able to capitalize on that moment and make sure these people don't forget about you. So you can give them that information. Hey, here's how you can reach me. You can speak with me on this day. I would love to meet so-and-so. I would love to get in front of this person. It really shows the excitement. It really shows that you really want that person's business. But whatever that launch looks like for you, you want to make sure it's planned. You want to make sure it really represents who you are as a brand. And it really shows that you are a trusted partner, and make it feel as though that client should have no regrets in doing business with you. Guys, that's it for today's video. So this video is going to be included in my home care series, so I'm going to bring that back too. So that way, for those of you who are still interested in trying to start your home care agencies, you'll have plenty of videos to reference in terms of having assistance in standing up your agencies. Guys, I'm going to ask again that you continue to spread the word. I do see that the channel is growing, so make sure if you have people wanting to start their businesses, their own home care agencies, make sure you let them know about the channel. Please don't forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified anytime that a video drops. And guys, stay blessed.